Okay, these components right here are a pressure governor. This is just one style of an old pressure governor that we had on one of our rigs. Our RPM, pressure mode, increase, decrease, idle, and a preset. And we had our gauges. So the way this works is that this component is in the plumbing of the fire engine. And if you look inside there, you can see that little wheel. There's a little wheel in here, like a water wheel. And when the water velocity goes by there, it turns that wheel right in there, which then goes up to this part where this transducer sends an electrical signal to this component, which then controls the throttle of the engine. So if we set our pressure to whatever pressure we want on our gauges, so we get our gauges set where we want them, we increase, we get our gauges set where we want our discharge, we set it to pressure mode, we lock in that pressure at whatever we want. When the water wheel inside there senses a change in the velocity of the pressure, it sends the electrical signal back to this component, which then brings the idle down or brings the idle up to increase or decrease the pressure. And that's basically how our pressure governors work, and these are the components that make it work. What we have here are relief valves. These are old school relief valves off of the fire pump. These are mounted to the actual fire pump itself, and this is a cutaway view of one. There's a spring, an O-ring, and this is part of the plunger. This would be in here. But what happens is, and this is your dial on the pump panel. This is basically your pilot valve. This is your control valve. The actual relief valve is down on the actual fire pump. When you set your pressure on your gauges, you control your relief valve by setting it to whatever your desired pressure is. You do not want it to go over, and it's done all by water. So you set your gauge, water is going out of this valve to the actual relief, and the backup pressure will go on to one of the sides here. And if the pressure in the main pump exceeds the pressure that you set it at here, this little spring in here will move, and it will open up, and water now will go around and discharge, and that'll bring your pressure out of your main pump, bring it down so you don't overpressurize your tack lines.